This year, the All-Stars are headed to Atlanta for the big event. When was the last time the NBA All-Star Game was hosted by Atlanta?
And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Leonard kicks to George. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Pass to Beverley. 6 on the shot clock. Takes it out to Leonard. Batum with the ball. Back to Leonard. Deep 2 from Beverley. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
It's Richardson on the wing. Dallas moving it around. Here's Doncic. Basket counts. Doncic has got 6. And here at the midway point of the year, lots of guys banged up, Clark. Is it hard to decide when to play through and then maybe not to play? When to sit?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, Kevin. And a lot of times it's about pain tolerance, the severity of the injury. Is it something that you can play with that won't linger on and you don't have the possibility of further injury? Those are the factors that go into playing hurt or playing in pain.
On defense, the Clippers. After Luka Doncic's bucket, the 3 from Porzingis. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. Searching for their first points of the game. Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
And the Clippers miss again.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Up top, Doncic. He's got 6. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 8 points for him.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Beverley dishes to Batum. To end the drought. Kleba with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Kleba. Down low. Porzingis against George. Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game lost to the Wizards. To the middle. And Ibaka kicks to George. Ibaka, the pass to George. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. The pass to Porzingis. Al Richardson. Out to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Doncic. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now, here's Beverley. 17 points for him last game against Washington.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's Hardaway. He's coming off a 19-point game against Oklahoma City. Powell, that's good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Kennard. The Mavericks making the shot. Williams finds Kennard. Now Zubac. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Jackson, he's checked in for Serge Ibaka. Now here's Brunson. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
Brunson with it. He's guarded by Williams. 2 points. That one goes.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Mavericks ahead. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed it.
You know, this game, you know, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
They've got Dwight Powell, Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Johnson in at the 3. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Clippers trail by 11. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Basket good. Kennard's got his first bucket in this one.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Brunson, the bounce pass. Got a piece of it. Hardaway finds Brunson. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Kennard. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Jackson against Brunson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Morris right side. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Zubac.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Pass to Powell. Inside. Here's Hardaway. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Excellent quickness that time by Hardaway. Allows him to do work inside.
It's Jackson with the drive. Here's Zubac. Jackson has the open look. Can't hit the free throw line jump. Mavericks leading by 7. Brunson scanning the floor. Passes it to Cauley-Stein. Yes, that goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Jackson passes to Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Hardaway kicks to Cauley Stein. Zubats against Johnson. Back to Cauley Stein. Stolen by Jackson. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 5-point Dallas lead.
And look at how much pressure Williams puts on the defense in the open court. Always pushing the action and playing downhill.
Cauley Stein passes to Pop. Stolen by Zubats. Here's Kennard. Guarded by Hardaway. Back to Morris. No one near him. Again, Los Angeles.
The polished mid-range game of Morris. Some of his best shots come from about that 12 to 20-foot range.
Here's Cauley Stein, and it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Cauley Stein's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's Jackson with the three. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. So for Dallas, their last game a win against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
On the wing, Morris. Back to Williams. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles with some changes. Porzingis with the steal. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Exactly what Richardson can do on the drive. I mean, he can handle the ball. He's got a quick step, and he can finish when he gets to the rim.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Against Beverly, and there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Doncic passes to Porzingis. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Yeah, you can't leave a lane to the basket available for Beverly, because if you do, he jumps on it quickly.
And so it's Dallas, ahead by 9. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Jones. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 8 points and 2 assists. And that'll do.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. And it's Ibaka. Then there's Batum. And it's Leonard in at the small forward.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Richardson against George. Richardson the pass to Doncic. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Richardson.
When he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Porzingis high post. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Back to George. He feeds it to Ibaka. Porzingis with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Over Beverly. Doncic, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 9-point game.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
The Maverick shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. Porzingis passes to Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Beverly, some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to Batum. Back to Beverly. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Back to Doncic. Batum with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. And it's George missing. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And it's been said that history is written by the victors. Certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously, and in the NBA, in basketball in general, one guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So it does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone, Elgin Baylor, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, a lot of greats who never won it. It's easy to count those rings, but measuring greatness has to take in the whole picture.
Hall of Famers, all of them. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dwight Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Doncic with it. Leonard picks him up. Doncic kicks to Brunson. To the paint. Here's Cauley Stein. The Clippers grab the miss. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And that's now 6 points for Leonard.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Williams against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
So savvy inside for a player of his size, and tough. Williams will do whatever it takes.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Morris. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Let's make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Porzingis is checked in for the Mavericks. Johnson comes in for Dwight Powell. Doncic, no good on the free throw.
You know, early on, Doncic has proven to be a leader. I mean, this guy is somebody that can shoulder the offense and take and make big shots for his team. Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
On the wing, Hardaway. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. Johnson, that's for 2. It's off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mavericks lead by 5. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Jalen Brunson. Luka Doncic out there with James Johnson. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Porzingis in at the center. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the pass to Brunson. Here's Porzingis, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Beverly. And there's the feed to Ibaka. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson. On defense, the Mavericks. Hardaway with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. The finish. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Boy, excellent situational awareness from Hardaway Jr. that time. I mean, he seems to know exactly where to get when the break is on. And it's George finishing it off.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Paul George with the steal. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Porzingis passes to Kleber. Lays it up off the glass. Kleber's got his first 2 points.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Beverly for 3, sinks the triple.
Well, I tell you what, Beverly's really improved as a three-point shooter, as dependable as they come now, shooting from behind the arc.
To the middle, here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber, and Doncic is subbed in for Hardaway.
Boy, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Doncic against Beverly. Doncic passes to Porzingis. He's feeling it. And it's off the back rim, no good. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 2. The Mavericks have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
What a big shot from Richardson there. Fearless.
Outside, Batum. Beverly for three. They get the rebound. The shot, no good. Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic outside. Johnson finds Doncic. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Doncic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Leonard dishes to Batum. Banked in off the glass.
Big shot, Nick. He lives for these moments.
The Mavericks have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. Beverly against Doncic. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Doncic looking it over. And Doncic throws it down.
Par for the course for Luka Doncic. Just one of those games where he's got it on cruise control.
And not sure they've got enough time to save himself.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
To the paint, Porzingis with the steal. Richardson outside. Pass to Doncic. From deep. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. 6 to shoot. A pass to Porzingis. And he lays in the alley-oop. And now it's an 8-point Dallas lead.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up. That's why he's boarding it well.
The 3 for Doncic. The shot comes out. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
starters selected to the 2021 NBA All-Star Game.
Is it the Nets, the 76ers, the Celtics, or the Bucks?
So many All-Stars, but which team has two this year? That's the key. This year. You know that answer, you get some VC.
Yeah, this is an easy one. We love these players too. They've been on 2K TV before.
And his thing.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Paul George.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George, Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Now here's Batum after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Pass to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. The tray. A rebound by the Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and they're...
There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. Yeah, sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim. That time on display.
Now here's Beverly. 17 points for him last game against Washington. Outside, George. Outside, Leonard. Left side, Ibaka. Over Gasol. And Leonard stays with it.
It's like he's got a couple of suction cups at the end of those long arms. Those huge hands from Kawhi, helpful on the glass.
Here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Oh.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Now, here is George. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
James wide open. No good on the triple. Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Leonard, and the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got his second basket of the night. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
Here's Beverly after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And this is where Ibaka is becoming a little more savvy. Just catches the defense off guard. All they can do at that point is foul.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. The Lakers also changing it up. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. And the Lakers also making a switch. Horton Tucker's checked in. Now here's Williams. No good from Zubac.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
It's LeBron with the drive on the left block, and it's good off the glass. LeBron's got 9 points.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Zubac the pass to Jackson. That's a 2 from Kennard. And James pulls it down.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
And how about that display of athletic ability? Kuzma can contort his body when converting on those difficult shots.
Now, here is Morris. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. Lakers leading by 5. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. The Lakers have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. That's good from Harrell.
The compliment that Harrell gets often is the fact that he's just so tireless a worker, and that energy is something that both coaching staffs and teammates appreciate.
40 seconds left to play in the first. James, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Williams with the ball. His last outing, 16 points for him. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
He's such a dynamic scorer, inside, outside. It really doesn't matter. Lou Williams is a huge threat to score, especially coming off the bench.
James in the post. Kennard covering. Goes back up. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Left side Jackson. Here's Zubats. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
He gives his all whenever he's out there on the floor. Just that energy level is something that is infectious for Montrezl Harrell.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing in the game?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Batuma's out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 2-guard spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. Paul George, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Now here's Caldwell-Pope. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento. Leonard finds Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Tries again. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
With a burst of speed, LeBron turning on the Jets, getting past the D, and the big hammer.
Down low. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for LeBron. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Now here is Ibaka. After Markieff Morris's miss, and he gets it to go.
The strength from Patrick Beverley is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jocks for every minute that you're going to be competing against him. Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
And the wide open shot for Morris. And again, no good by the Lakers. Clippers trail by 4. Beverley dishes to Ibaka. Takes it out to Leonard. Gasol with the steal. Caldwell-Pope outside. Paul George with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. George finds Leonard. Beverley with the ball. That 3 off the mark.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Caruso, the pass to Morris. And he feeds it to Caldwell-Pope. 4 on the clock. Up again, and Kuzma stays with it. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Reggie Jackson's checked in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And the Lakers also making a switch. Horton Tucker's checked in. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Stolen by Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Kennard. Following the basket by LeBron James. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Jackson passes to Zubac. On the wing, Williams. Back to Zubac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. James dishes to Harold. Back to LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
Uh-oh. It's one of those nights for LeBron James, just setting the place on fire right now.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. Off target at the rim. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 17 points, 2. And that does it for our halftime show.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Checking out the group with Frank Vogel to start the second half. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marcus Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard. It's LeBron with the drive, and James throws it down hard.
LeBron putting the ball down on the deck. You just can't stop him when he goes straight to the rim.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. back nudges means that he'll be great in TV stuff. We saw it then.
He's a good mind, and man knows what he's talking about.
Here's Schroeder. The Clippers grab the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Schroeder. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Schroeder passes to Gasol. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
Schroeder sees a passing lane off the screen and just fires it in there. His teammate was wide open for that one.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now here's Schroeder. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Here's Gasol. Here's James. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. James has got 21 in the game.
You know, LeBron is good at the fundamentals, but just so great at reading where the rebound is coming off and grabs that one for a second chance opportunity.
Beverly against Schroeder. And it's Beverly missing.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's James. He's got 21. They grab their own miss, and the shot is good. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
Sensational feel in the painted area. Get Gasol the ball. Let him use his size and intelligence to full advantage.
Schroeder against Beverly. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Caldwell Pope on the wing. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And here we go with Batum heading to the hoop. And good that time.
Well, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Beverly against Schroeder. 1:19 left to play in the third. Lots of room. That one off the back iron and out.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Here's LeBron. Paul George making his last shot. LeBron passes to Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to James. Morris outside. The second chance effort, and it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
Quick shot there, and it's off target. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Schroeder. Chalk up 2 there. And the Lakers lead by 1.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Out to Morris, pass to Zubac. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Here's Caruso. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Here's Williams. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Paul George is out there with Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 4. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's James, and the dunk by James.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Now, here is George. He's tightly guarded. That one falls.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
The drive by James and finished off by LeBron.
Yeah, there's just pinball action going on right now. Once LeBron gets in there, he's going to finish.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Clippers trail by 3. Williams in the post. Passes it to Zubac. The kick out to Williams. And here's Leonard from 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
James in the post. Leonard's there. Releases. Again, the Lakers.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. A 2-point game. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard against Kuzma. Wow, hammering it in.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. The fader. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. George with no one around. And another 3 for the Clippers.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
LeBron dishes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Montrezl Harrell, not the first guy you think about, but he comes through first class.
Williams passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's James, and then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Wow, and there's a reason LeBron has the ball in his hands, so capable in those moments.
A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And the Clippers call time here. They're ahead by 1. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Caldwell Pope left side. Schroeder outside. Inside. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Morris outside. Just 5 to shoot. That's tipped. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Beverley outside for George. For 3. And it's Beverly missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Caldwell Pope passes to James. He can't get that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
With Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring. You get good playmaking and rebounding. You get a defender with active hands. There's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
Here's LeBron. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And that's an intentional foul. He gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
One of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverly doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis. Some padding here on the free throw line, some good work.
James.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 5.
Interesting to watch LeBron James at the line through the years. Has tried many different free throw strokes. Not a bad free throw shooter by any means, but always tinkering.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And the Clippers miss again. Timeout called the Lakers. They're behind by 4. There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Count it! That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Ibaka finds Beverly. And here's Leonard. Back to Beverly. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
That'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Probably. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony.
from the East received the most All-Star votes?
I'll give you all a hint. This person received more than 5 million votes. Was it Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, James Harden, or Kevin Durant? That is a whole lot of votes.
For sure, and I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before, but one of these is my favorite player, and that happens to be the answer to this question. So get it right and get that VC.
Hello. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for the Lakers. Oh, he delivers that with
I can't believe it.
force.
I cannot believe that. James simply one of the best dunkers in NBA history, I have to say. Highly creative in how he throws it down.
Here's Doncic. Good D by Gasol. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
They just appeared lost out there. I mean, it seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor.
Porzingis with the steal. Tipped away. Dallas moving it around. No good on the shot.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
Here's James. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Kleba with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Schroeder. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Outside, Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Up and in on the layup.
That was a long time coming. Took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Schroeder. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Doncic against LeBron. Porzingis passes to Doncic. That one good for 2. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Down low, Caldwell Pope. Here's James. And the dunk by James.
And even if you wanted to box out LeBron, the man is too athletic, too strong. He finds ways to get to the ball.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And so far, the story on Luka Doncic. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 6th in scoring, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that should try to pack in the lane. I mean, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
So both teams making some changes here. Brunson with it, now guarded by Harrell, and the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Harrell. And a look now at our 2K leaderboard to see which wingmen have come away with the most steals over the past month. Fifth on the list, LeBron James.
I mean, if you're an opposing small forward, this could also be called a list of the league's most annoying players. I mean, they will be in your jersey all night when you're up against them.
Oh, yeah, these guys are stoppers. There is no assignment too tough for them.
And LeBron throws it down hard.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Johnson, the pass to Brunson. Dishes it to Powell. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, James is just a sensational shot blocker. You better check your rear view mirror. He's relentless.
It's good. James has got 14.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Brunson. 11 points last game. And foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of... And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point guard position. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Lakers. The Mavericks also with a sub. Doncic is checked in for Richardson. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Here's Doncic. Here's Powell. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Offensive rebound. Kuzma kicks to Caruso. Back to Kuzma. That's tipped. Hardaway passes to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Marc Gasol's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Alex Caruso. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Here's Schroeder. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Luka Doncic. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And the Lakers lead by 16.
Terrific off the catch. I mean, Gasol right into the shooting.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's number 2 on him already. A third foul before the half, and he may be grabbing some pine.
The drive by Doncic. That one, no good. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Count that one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Schroeder against Doncic. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Got to be wary of Gasol. I mean, he's good at using his length to turn away shots.
Back to Caldwell Pope. Pulls up from the corner, and he hits the jump shot. Caldwell Pope's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. 5 on the clock. They swipe it. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball.
Nice, and you can't forget about the bunnies on Caldwell Pope. I mean, this guy is definitely looking to slam it down whenever he gets an opportunity.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He gets it in there. Doncic has got 12.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Schroeder against Doncic. They get it back, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. The Lakers making a switch here. James is checked in. Dallas also making some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Schroeder against Doncic. Porzingis. Rebounded by the Lakers.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Now, here's Doncic. 12 points for him. And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers controlling the game. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds. And that's...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by James.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Mavericks trail by 18. Here's Porzingis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
Some changes for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Markieff Morris. LeBron James on the wing. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout. It's just to try to settle things down.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Doncic. Richardson, no luck.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
Kleba, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Finney-Smith. And stolen by Harrell. Here's LeBron, and LeBron throws it down.
You can't give James a lane to the basket. He's exceptionally quick at attacking on the drive.
Cauley-Stein against Harrell. Here's Brunson. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
James looking it over. Count that one. LeBron's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And whether he's driving, posting up, or firing from deep, you know LeBron has it all. It's been a fantastic evening for him.
Cauley-Stein passes to Kleba. Back to Cauley-Stein. Kicks it out to Richardson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
The pass to Harrell. Back to James. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
Oh, look at the crazy connection right there. James knowing when to fly towards the rim. Amazing at completing these alley-oops.
Brunson with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. The drive by James, and he banks in the layup. LeBron's got 28. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
54 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Horton Tucker. Back to LeBron. Lets it go from the wing. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Mavericks trail by 20. Richardson with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. He kicks it to Cauley Stein. Brunson scanning the floor. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, man, such a quick and explosive leaper. Cauley Stein throws it down with ease.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
LeBron outside, out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Five seconds left in the third. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Lakers. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2-guard position. That's the Laker 5. Doncic against Schroeder. Just 5 on the clock. Misses off the left iron.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Up top, Doncic, covered by Morris. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Powell kicks to Doncic. Here's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter.
An average shooter from deep, it's important that Doncic continues to work on this part of his game.
Here's Horton Tucker. Passes it to Kuzma. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Doncic against Schroeder. Now, here's Doncic. Tight defense on him. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dallas. In the corner, Powell with it. Doncic feeling it out. Good. Doncic has got 23.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Luka Doncic. That's good from Schroeder. James checked in for Los Angeles. And Dallas with a change here, too. Kleba's checked in. Mavericks trail by 13. Doncic outside. In the corner, it's Richardson. Doncic against Schroeder. Doncic outside. Shot clock at 6. And the wing jumper offline. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 22 is their biggest lead. LeBron against Hardaway. LeBron outside. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And here is Doncic. There's 1:54 left in the game. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Hardaway against LeBron. That misses off the backboard. Mavericks trail by 13. Hardaway passes to Doncic. Outside, Porzingis jacks up a three. The Lakers with the rebound. LeBron's got his 6th rebound on the night. Doncic with the steal. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. The three for Doncic. Sinks the three-pointer. Doncic has got 10 points in the quarter.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
Another three for Dallas.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You see more teams doing this nowadays. We all are firmly entrenched in the era of the 3-ball.
It's Richardson on the wing. Puts up a three. Doncic, no good. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
When you give James a lane to the basket, he's going to dunk it hard. Amazing watching him just glide through the air.
Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Doncic outside. LeBron against Richardson. The drive by LeBron.
Now, when James is attacking like this, it's sometimes overwhelming for the D, and they're forced to compromise.
He hits the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And both free throws good for LeBron.
With a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
Now, Brunson. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A cup. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Galaxy Opals, but now you can pick up a new tier of player cards in my team. I'm Brian, and I'm here to talk about Dark Matter. The most powerful cards you can get in my team. You can pick up the first 2K21 Dark Matter cards in the all-new Pantheon All-Star packs. This is your chance to collect.
Coming up next from downtown. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this one. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And now the fast break. George with the ball. A shot by Batum, no good. Fast break, here they come. All going up court. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Josh Richardson with an athletic play at the rim. It's all about making sure you get a quality look, and that's one.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Back to Beverly. They shoot again. Left side Ibaka. Outside for Batum. Back to Ibaka. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through as Serge himself at the rim.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. With COVID shortening the season and the schedule, Steve, being tinkered with, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
Kevin, I don't think so. When everything gets back to normal, I think we'll be at 82 games and starting, like we usually do in October, September for games. I just think the NBA has done a fantastic job of being able to adapt to this situation.
Doncic against Leonard to the middle and stolen by Williams. And here we go with Morris running it up the court.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
Williams against Doncic, and it's in there. Doncic has got 6 points.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Leonard looking around. Back to Kennard. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Doncic passes to Kleba. Back to Doncic. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Leonard. Morris right side. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot.
Oh!
Wow! I can't believe that one.
That was incredible.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Back to Williams. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Powell in the high post. Working on Zubac. Hardaway passes to Powell. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Wizards. Jackson misses.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Oh, trying for it. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And so it's Dallas in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. What a defensive. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Johnson is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Brunson in at the point guard position. Here's George, and yes, it's good.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Marjanovic finds Johnson. Back to Marjanovic, and Marjanovic with the slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson. And Los Angeles with some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And here's George for three. The rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks leading by 7.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Here's Hardaway. The shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Jackson. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Kicks it out to Richardson. Misses the 3.
And PG, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Marjanovic down low, defended by George. It's good. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George. And it's Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Powell comes in for Johnson. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Richardson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Doncic, no good. Clippers trail by 7. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Kennard for 3.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
Doncic against Ibaka. And Doncic throws it down.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read. On the wing, Batum.
Pass to Ibaka. Powell with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Ibaka goes in. Outside for Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And Ibaka slams it in.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
And they double up Doncic. Looking for Cauley-Stein. He gets it there. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Kennard against Cauley-Stein. And he comes up with the deuce.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Beverly against Doncic. And then Cauley-Stein with the jam.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Hardaway with the steal. The three for Doncic. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's down.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 10 points, 3 assists, and that should do it.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
We've got Kawhi Leonard. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Defense throws everything at George, but he persists and finds a shot.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Out to Doncic. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
And what a luxury to run pick and rolls with Porzingis. He can roll to the basket or pop out for that jump shot.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And Dallas with a change here too. Jalen Brunson. He was checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Doncic against Williams. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul him.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Johnson, he's checked in for Dallas. Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball. And we know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 frontcourt position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you could make a strong case for that. When you go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
Here's Jackson, Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers.
Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Dallas moving it around. Clock at 6. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Jackson misses.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
The 3 for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story, inconsistent with his offense.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Johnson. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Richardson. Doncic kicks to Cauley-Stein. Runs in the pass to Doncic. Fires for 3. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Sometimes it's all about patience. His first 3 of the game, something to build on.
George looking over the floor. Now the pass to Zubats. That shot off, and it's Dallas the other way. They host the Spurs after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Powell dishes to Doncic. Powell the pass to Doncic. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. The shot by Powell, no good. Williams attacking. Here's Zubats. Right side Jackson. Second chance shot. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Brunson kicks to Cauley-Stein. Not going to go that time. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
And so it's Dallas in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. They've got Maxi Kleber. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
I love this about Patrick Beverly. He's just a fighter. He's never going to back down.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. From deep 3-point range, and it's Luka Doncic with the 3. Doncic has got 10 points here in the second half. Beverly up top, guarded by Doncic. Here's Ibaka, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Doncic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Kleber finds Doncic. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. 16 feet away. No good off the back of the rim.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Batum makes it off the glass. Batum's got his first points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Doncic passes to Powell. Back to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Zinkis, he's checked in for Powell. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Hardaway. Knocks it loose. Paul George with the steal. Richardson the pass to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. And that'll be his third foul so far. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. And the shot goes in.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
To the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. An easy 2 points on the layup. Now just a 5-point Maverick lead.
Patrick Beverly likes to play aggressive, plays at a high pace. Nice finish off contact.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
George passes to Ibaka. Porzingis with the block. Fast break Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. Got a piece of it. .157 left here in the fourth quarter. Launches it. 5 to shoot. Porzingis passes to Doncic. It's Richardson on the wing. Doncic feeling it out. No good with the triple. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. 7-point differential. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Beverly against Doncic. And Beverly kicks to Batum. The three for Doncic. Bangs home the trifecta. And now a 12-point Maverick lead.
An average shooter from deep, it's important that Doncic continues to work on this part of his game.
George finds Ibaka. Outside for Batum. Beverly the pass to Ibaka.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And the Mavericks call time here. They lead by 12. 36 seconds left in the game. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on a comeback.
And here is Doncic. From past the arc, connects from three-point range.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. la NBA. And the Clippers starting five. We got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Batum in at the power forward. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Here's George after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Outside for George. Over Caldwell Pope. And it's George missing. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Kings in Sacramento.
Well, I'm not sure there's a more intimidating sight in basketball than watching LeBron on the move.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Here's Beverly. Here's Ibaka. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Schroeder surveying the floor. There's the pass to Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Kept alive. Out to Morris. Leonard against LeBron. Shot clock at 5. Here's Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Listen, we know that LeBron James can score at will, but he is phenomenal at hitting his guys with perfectly placed passes.
Now here's Beverly. 17 points in his last outing. Rejected by Gasol. Fast break, the Lakers. Knocked loose. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Batum's running. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Schroeder outside. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there. And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait.
Here's Schroeder following the score by Lou Williams. Schroeder passes to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
The 7'1" makes a dunk look easy. Go ahead, Marc Gasol.
Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
You see, you can't be too physical with Marcus Morris. This guy is so strong, and he's so good at drawing the foul.
Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Williams, that's good.
Well, small frame, but big game. Lou Williams in the paint.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Paul George. Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And he makes both free throws. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, outside Jackson. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Harrell, second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Williams. Zubac's in the post. He's defended by Harrell. Kennard for 3. Horton Tucker with the rebound. The Lakers in the lead. Here's LeBron. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Williams. And no good that time. And the Lakers take it the other way. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club.
Oh, the power on that Pruden.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
Williams in the post. Pass to Zubac. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Lakers. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball. Yeah.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Jackson drives in, and Jackson throws it down hard.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Pass to Horton Tucker. From 7, and he hits the jump shot. Horton Tucker's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Now Beverley still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kennard finds Beverley. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Caruso. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
James left side. Inside. Kuzma can't get it to go. Over Morris. Goes back up. Kuzma kicks to James. 6 on the shot clock. From 7. Uses the glass to drop it in. LeBron's got 6.
You love the focus from LeBron James. He's near the rim, so he's got to use his size and his skill to full advantage.
Back to Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Zubac against Harrell. And here's Beverley. Back to Zubats. Over Harrell. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Zubats.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Kennard. Rebound the Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
There's 1:34 left to play here in the half. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Beverly. To the middle. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, you see why Harrell shoots such a high percentage. This guy takes great shots that all fall within the structure of the offense.
The drive by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Kennard, the pass to Zubats. They double him with LeBron. Morris kicks to Kennard. The pass to Zubats. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
James up top. Kennard covering. And James throws it down hard.
How intimidating it must be when LeBron is bearing down on the rack like that.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Morris into the lane. The rebound by the Lakers. Kuzma's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. James, no good. Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got 8 points.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
From deep. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Schroeder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, Dennis Schroeder over the years, boy, as he started to harness all that energy and talent.
Schroeder hits them both. George with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And George with the stuff.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's James. He's got 8. And James throws it down.
Now, LeBron James will inflict pain at the rim when he gets free like that.
Beverly up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
James, the pass to Gasol. Back to James. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Here's Batum. Feeds to George. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Jumps up. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Outstanding take to the rack by LeBron. Always looking to get to the charity stripe.
Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Here's LeBron and the dunk by James.
The ability to flip the switch, right? LeBron James, he decides it's time for me to score a little bit right now. Let me give my team a little bit of juice.
And George, here we go. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
Some changes for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for James. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look. No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And Ibaka kicks to Batum. Back to Ibaka. A rebound by the Lakers. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game. Harrell dishes to Gasol. Ibaka with some nice D.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
George against Kuzma. Outside Williams. Here's Batum. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got 5 rebounds tonight.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Lakers making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And Morris subbed in for Leonard. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. George looking around. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Caldwell Pope and the powerful one-handed slam.
And you see the quickness of KCP bursting to the rim.
On the wing, Williams. He's got 6. Zubac the best to George. Back to Zubac. And stolen by Kuzma. Oh, Kuzma's in position. An emphatic LU jam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 4. Outside Williams. Lets a floater go. That one goes in. Williams has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, the floater game has always been good for Sweet Lou. That shot is unblockable.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. And that does it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the 4th quarter. Lakers ahead. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Harrell is out there with Morris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Caldwell-Pope against George. And it's good, 2 points.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by George. Horton Tucker, that's good. Horton Tucker's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Lakers.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
The kick out to Williams. Off target with his 3.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control. He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Beverly dishes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
Pass to Horton Tucker. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. Lakers passing it around. Stolen by Beverly. To the paint. It's blocked.
And love the defensive activity from KCP. Selling out there for the block.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Williams. LeBron against Leonard. And the dunk by LeBron.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 8-point game. George passes to Zubac. Back to George. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Harrell. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Marcus All's checked in for Harrell. Lakers leading by 8. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Schroeder. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
Schroeder, right side. From about 19 feet. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Schroeder's got the lead up to 8 now for the Lakers. Beverly against Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Patrick Beverly is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. Both free throws good from Beverly.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Ball's knocked loose. LeBron outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. LeBron's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, LeBron just shrugs off any and all contact when he has a good look at the rim like that.
George passes to Ibaka. Gasol with the steal. Caldwell Pope with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Ibaka goes in, and Ibaka slams it in.
Boy, terrific penetration from the big man. Ibaka putting his athleticism to good use.
Now here's Schroeder. The putback, and Gasol able to finish. And the Lakers lead by 8.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Leonard kicks to George. Lays it up off the glass. 10 points for Paul George.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Leonard against LeBron. Down low, Caldwell Pope. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Caldwell Pope's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Lakers. Beverly deciding where to go with it. To the paint, and Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. Serge Ibaka with the killer instinct in an important situation. Love it.
On the wing, Morris. This one for 3. It's hauled in by George.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that. Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Morris outside. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. From deep, James. He can't get it to go. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge.
In the spirit of the NBA All-Star Game, we've had some great All-Star trivia for you to earn some VC. Here's a couple more questions.
Let's go. So when was the first NBA All-Star Game ever played?
Was it 1948, 1951, 1954, or 19...
A stunning view of the moon. And let's go straight over to David.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Looking now at some numbers for LeBron James.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under him.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well.
And that one drops. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
James looking around. Porzingis with the rebound. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustrations emerge.
And you know what? Even though it was a frustrating night shooting the ball, they found a way to get it done and pulled it out. And a win's a win, and that ultimately is all that matters.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Doncic, here we go. And Porzingis throws it down hard.
How about Porzingis with the fancy throwdown? Love seeing the big fella finish with that kind of power.
James kicks it over to Schroeder. The offensive rebound, Gasol. Porzingis with the block. Back to James, and James throws it down.
Gasol is one of the best passers in the league. I mean, at his position, there aren't many better. Excellent at scanning the floor and finding the open man.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor. And he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility. And offense is tertiary to his contribution.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. Bucket is good.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
Porzingis high post. Back to Hardaway. And the pass to Porzingis. The shot, no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
The dogged intensity Harold has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Caruso. Brunson covering. Count it. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 2. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Brunson. Dallas moving it around. And here's Doncic from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now Caldwell Pope makes it off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket tonight.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
He's perfect from the line this time. Mavericks trail by 6. Brunson kicks to Powell. Back to Brunson. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. The shot by Powell, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Lakers. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
You know, for me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Lakers.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
Dwight Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Just 5 on the clock. Marcus Saul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Dallas making a switch here. Richardson's checked in and stolen by James. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You know, it would be fun to tabulate how many of LeBron's career points have come on the break. I would just venture to guess he's had a bunch of them.
Richardson the pass to Cauley Stein. And again, Dallas turns it over.
And let's check out stats for James. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 12th in assists, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And he really is the consummate playmaker, always keeping his head on a swivel, searching for the open man, completely unselfish basketball player. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. And that one's good. Schroeder.
I like the play call, very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Schroeder against Brunson. Pass to Kleber. Feeds it to Powell. And the call up. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Brunson the pass to Richardson. To the middle. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Powell. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. James Johnson checked in for Dwight Powell. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And, when you've played over a decade and a half in the league, it's expected that you're going to slow down, but LeBron still going strong.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Morris. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Dennis Schroeder.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. A 12-point game. They host the Spurs after this one. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets. And he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
James outside. And James throws it down.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Doncic finds Kleba. Back to Doncic. Kicks it out to Johnson. Dallas moving the ball around. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Nice open look, but it's no good. Now the Lakers on the break. Johnson against James. Another shot. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
And Doncic, here we go. That one drops for him.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Maxi Kleba. And it's Cauley Stein in for James Johnson.
And, early on, Doncic has proven to be a leader. I mean, this guy is somebody that can shoulder the offense and take and make big shots for his team.
Here's James. Porzingis with the block. But they get it back. Harrell, that's good. 8 seconds left now here in the second. Doncic outside. It'll count. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so that brings the... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points and
after a very lopsided first half, We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of it.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
And Doncic throws it down.
Well, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
James outside, and James throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Knocked away. And here is Doncic. He's got 9. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Inside, on the wing, Doncic. Back to Porzingis. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. A different look for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And the Lakers also making a change. Horton Tucker's checked in. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And that'll give him a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Mavericks trail by 13. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. To the inside. To the middle. It's deflected. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Passes to Horton Tucker. Back to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Horton Tucker. Porzingis with the rebound. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 13. Good on the bucket. Powell's got 6.
And, you know, even with the defense on him, he does a nice job figuring out ways to get around him and very confident when he's driving inside.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dallas. Trey Burke comes in for Richardson. And the Lakers also making a switch. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Goes up on the block. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Powell, the pass to Porzingis. Powell trying to free himself up. And another shot. Rebound the Lakers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Brunson, Porzingis trying to get free, and the basket is good. Brunson's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He was like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Here's Schroeder. The shot that time, not on target. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Brunson with it, guarded now by Morris. That's tipped. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Brunson, good.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Here's Horton Tucker. Guarded by Hardaway. Horton Tucker, that's good. Horton Tucker's got 8. Mavericks trail by 13. Brunson with it. He has 6. Right side, Porzingis wants to get it to Powell and does. Morris with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And he's able to get it back. Now here's Kuzma. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers looking at a 13-point. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5. Kuzma against Kleber. Kicks it out to LeBron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Lakers get it back in a new 14. Kuzma passes to Horton Tucker. James wide open. Gets an open look and hits. 20 points for LeBron.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, you know, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Josh Richardson's checked in for Dallas. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you got to love when Richardson gets the defense to commit and make a mistake there.
And Richardson drops them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Here's Caruso. Poked away. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And Doncic throws it down.
Boy, he's so dangerous in these situations. Doncic just has a good sense for what he needs to do based on the situation.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. A lot of big decisions have fallen on Adam Silver's shoulders, the commissioner of the NBA. And Greg, I think you and I agree by all accounts he has succeeded with flying colors. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
No doubt about it. I mean, I don't know that you could have had a better person for the times. Adam Silver is to be commended, but I think also appreciated, not just from the players and the owners, but I think our fans should also appreciate who he is as a person. I've often said that commissioners typically work for the owners. He's the one commissioner, no matter the sport, that I've always felt like was a partner of the players as well.
Mavericks trail by 8. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals and 13 tries.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
James in the post. Guarded by Doncic. James outside. 5 to shoot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Dallas.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've got in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
One-on-one fast break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Well, I tell you what, Doncic plays with really good energy and awareness, but also he's got a quiet physicality to him, and he doesn't mind being bumped around when he's trying to score.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Harold. Lets it go from 11. Second shot opportunity. It's deflected. And again, Dallas running up the court in transition. Richardson, no luck. Doncic with the steal. And he banks in the layup. Doncic has got 13 points in just this quarter.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
James dishes to Schroeder. Morris looking over the floor. Down low, Porzingis with the steal. And here we go, the Mavericks in a fast break. Richardson's running. Doncic outside. Count it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
LeBron against Doncic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. To take the lead. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on LeBron James.
Boy, Doncic is so good at going at the defense. And when he goes at him like that, it puts the defense in a tough spot. Very crafty.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Here's LeBron. Money!
Boy, is it tough to stop LeBron right now.
Here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 19-5 run here. Now, Doncic. Rejected by Gasol.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
The 3 for Doncic.
Wow. He got it in.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.